a lot of people were being messy about me being pregnant and about who the daddy was. Other than them just being nosy and assuming stuff, Justin was... What's up, YouTube? I'm Angel and welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to be doing my pregnancy story, as you can see from the title. But before I get into that, I just want to say thank you to all of our new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I need to stop trying to talk so fast, but anyway. I just want to say thank y'all. I hope y'all come in and enjoy. Be sure to like and comment, share, whatever it is, and just go on this journey with us. My timer went off for my dinner, so I had to go get that. And for you to leave you, I'll insert some clips in here. YouTube. What's up, YouTube? Alright, so to the story time. I'm going to start off by talking about how I found out I was pregnant. And then I'm going to go into my delivery and birth process. Here we go. We're going to hit it out from there. So for starters, I found out I was pregnant. The day that I found out I was pregnant, well, the week that I found out I was pregnant, I was already 5 months and 26 days. 5 months, 26 days. So let me rewind and tell you how I found out. So back in 2017, this was March of 2017, I was participating in a musical. It's called Selma the Musical, and we were doing like different press tours and stuff like that, singing in different places. And the weekend of my birthday, which my birthday is March 4th, the weekend of my birthday, we had performances and stuff in Selma, Alabama. And so I was fine for the most part, but I have been having like a lot of headaches or like just feeling real nauseous and stuff. But I just charged it to me like not getting enough sleep, or really I didn't know what was going on with my body at that point. So the last show day, we were performing. I was literally like singing on stage, running off to puke. Singing on stage, running off to puke. Singing, running off. So I told my friend, I'm like, when I get back to Hattiesburg, I'm going to the emergency room because I think something wrong, like something gotta be wrong. So, went through that whole process. I got back to Hattiesburg, and that night I was talking to my sister and her friend, which is like another little sister to me. I was talking to them about it, and I was talking to Justin. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And so I had told my little sister and her friend to go to Walmart, right? I told them to go to Walmart and give me some pregnancy tests. And so they went to Walmart, got the pregnancy test, came back, I took it, and it said positive. But I'm like, no, because I think they got more than one. One of them was positive, one of them was like real faint. So I'm like, no. So then that same night, y'all, I was so sick. I had a headache, my chest was hurting, my back was hurting. I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on. So the next day, my sister, she called her other friend, and we all went. Okay, so my sister and her friend took me to the emergency room. And when I got there, I'm telling them like my symptoms, like I think I'm having a stroke, like I think I'm having a heart attack, something's going on. And he's like, okay, we're just gonna do a full workup. So they drawing blood, they doing all this different stuff. I'm just laying up in there in the bed, like, I don't know what's the deal. So then the man come in and he was like, you know, we checked this, we checked that. He was like, your blood pressure's a little elevated, but congratulations. Congratulations. Who congratulations? What? Congratulations is not something more serious. What are you saying about congratulations? So he's like, you're pregnant. And I'm like, what? I'm like, there's no way. So another reason why I thought that something was just faulty with those pregnancy tests that I took at home that night before was because, so this is happening, that I'm finding this out in March of 2017. Well, in December of 2016, at the beginning of December of 2016, I went to my regular yearly checkup, and you know, I was getting my birth control restarted, and of course they did a urine sample to check and see if I was pregnant before restarting it or whatever, and I was negative in December. So how in the world am I pregnant in March? Now, I say that again because I know it was some people being real messy. It was some people being messy about this, but let me explain. Okay, so December of 2016, I went to my yearly checkup. I was not pregnant. March 2017, I went to the emergency room, and that same week I found out I was 5 months and 26 days. So you do the math. That would mean that I was indeed pregnant in December, and they just restarted my birth control. So at this point, I'm still taking birth control. I'm still doing, you know, what unpregnant people do. But the reason why a lot of people were being messy about me being pregnant and about who the daddy was, other than them just being nosy and assuming stuff, Justin was in Kentucky when I found out I was pregnant because he was in school. So December was not pregnant. So December of 2016, I'm not pregnant. They restarted my birth control. January, Justin left for school to Kentucky. Okay, I found out I was pregnant in March. Justin had not yet been back home, so there were some people being messy around town, you know. I was like, oh, who's the dad? Because Justin gone, but it's really just because I don't be letting people in my business like that. Unless you know me. Everybody who knew me for real, they have no questions, but the people that didn't was like, well, how's she pregnant if Justin gone? Okay. But besides that, back to the story. So the man's like, congratulations. You know, get your checkup. He did an ultrasound first. He did an ultrasound, and he was like, well, that's all I can do. I can tell you no gender, the time, or you know how far along you are, nothing like that. You're gonna have to get a regular appointment to get all that information. So I call the clinic, make an appointment. I'm explaining to them what's going on. They was like, we need to get you in here this week. So I get in there, tell them what's going on. I'm getting the ultrasound the first day. They confirmed the pregnancy again. And me and my sister, before that, we were riding in the car, and my mom's like, what y'all doing? What kind of appointment y'all got up here? Because I still ain't saying nothing to my mom yet. I'm like, you know, we just got an appointment. So she was like, yeah, I better not come back down here with no baby. And I'm like, because she just wanted to know. She was like, don't be having me over here and you coming to see about a baby and you ain't told me nothing. So me and my sister, we up there. They doing all these checks and stuff. And we get to the ultrasound. So first, they confirmed the pregnancy and how long I had been pregnant with like the regular ultrasound on top of the belly. And then they did a vaginal ultrasound to confirm the gender. So when they did the top, they're like, okay, 5 months, 26 days, your due date is like August 2nd. I'm like, wow, I'm still sitting here in shock. Still sitting in shock. So then when they did the vaginal ultrasound, they confirmed that it was a girl. So at my first OBGYN appointment, I found out that I was pregnant 5 months and 26 days, and boom, I'm having a girl. Just like that. I'm still freaking out. Diamond up here giggling. My sister Diamond, she up here giggling. She think it's so funny. We get back in the car with my mom, and Diamond's giggling. My mom was like, what y'all giggling for? And so we just showed her the ultrasound pictures, like, girl, here you go, you got a little Olivia. You got a grandbaby, her name gonna be Olivia, okay? So then I get home, I call Justin. All in between this, I'm talking to him, back and forth to him. But I did call him so I could actually talk, because I was still freaking out. Like, I'm like, okay, a baby, a whole baby? Like, and then the fact that I was so far along, I'm like, well, and then I kind of got mad because I'm like, they just told me I was not pregnant in December. In December of 2016, I wasn't pregnant. How am I 5 months and 26 days in March? So, lo and behold, of course, they checked her out and stuff, and everything was fine. She was fine. She was just in there growing and touring. She was on a press tour, and she was running around. She was at the concert. She was doing singing gigs. She was just in there chilling, happy, you know, bouncing around. But then after that, I had a hard time like keeping my blood pressure regulated. Like, it was just high, which they said may have been due to the fact that I was still taking birth control up until the day that I found out in the emergency room that I was pregnant. So they were saying that due to that birth control, probably had my blood pressure extra elevated and stuff. And it's really a miracle that she was fine because of me taking the birth control and stuff. She was fine, but with my blood pressure, I wasn't fine. So it was a high risk pregnancy. So there were a couple times that I was like hospitalized and stuff. And then after my sister's graduation, that week after my sister's graduation in May, they was like, okay, we're gonna have to just go ahead and put you on bed rest in the hospital. So I'm like, oh no, I'm supposed to have a baby shower, I'm supposed to do this. And they're like, well, we don't really know how long you're gonna be in here, but you're gonna be in here. So I'm in the hospital. So now I'm on bed rest in the hospital. My TTs had to decorate my room, and people were bringing my baby shower gifts up there because I could not leave the hospital. It was a alright experience being on bed rest there. I really didn't have any issues for real, but I will say, like, after being in there for so long, my blood pressure, like, it was just like certain days that it just would still be up. And so it's like, okay. So eventually they had to go ahead and induce labor, and that was going fine at first. The contractions were fine. My regular menstrual cramps are super painful. So the contractions were just fine to me. What else? They ended up having to do a C-section because every time I would have like a high contraction Olivia's heart rate would drop. So they're like, okay, we're gonna have to do an emergency C-section just for the safety of you and her. So we went with that. Now when they got Olivia out, she was fine. But then she went purple looking, and they had to get her back breathing again. So they called out one birth time, then they called out another one because she had stopped breathing. So then after that, I started freaking out because I was woke for it. And so I started kind of having like a little panic attack when they went to pushing that placenta out. Between that and seeing my baby go colors after I was just looking at her, I started freaking out. They had to put me to sleep. But then when I came to, they took me back to my labor and delivery room. And that was a okay process too. The only thing was I was really sad because I couldn't see her until I finished, like, I think it was like a bag of magnesium and stuff. Like I couldn't like actually go and see her. She was in the NICU, so of course we were on two different floors, two different sides of the hallway. It was on the same floor, different sides. And that was hard because I'm like, you know, freshly doing a pregnancy, I'm freaking out, I'm crying. I'm like, she's not gonna remember me. She's gonna think I forgot about her. And then people, and Justin and my mom and everybody, because now I would pause. I had a lot of family and friends coming to see about me while I was on bed rest. My room was never empty. I never stayed a night by myself. There were people that came and gave Justin like a break to like go home and like wash and stuff like that. That, you know, I had my people there with me. But anyway, yeah, so I'm freaking out and I just wanted to see my baby. And then like Justin and my mom and them, they went to go see her and they brought me back pictures and videos. And she was in there doing good in the NICU. She was born 3 pounds and 11 ounces. And she was a fighter, y'all. She was in there taking her diaper off the first day. The nurse is like, she keeps taking her diaper off herself every time she pee. Like, why is she barely just opened her eyes and she in here cutting up. So I knew then, you know, what type of baby I was having. But anywho, I went back to a regular room and then I was released from the hospital, but my baby was still there. And so that had me really, really sad, y'all. Like, I was so sad. But luckily, the hospital that I had her at, they let you like stay with your baby in a NICU. So I went home like to kind of change, and I think I stayed at home like one night, and I was like, no, I can't do this. Like, no, I can't do this. I'm going back. So then I just stayed at the hospital until my baby got out. And she was in the NICU, and they were waiting until she reached a certain weight and stuff in order for her to be released. So she ended up I had her on June 22nd, and she ended up leaving the hospital on like July 7th or 8th. She was out of there. She ain't staying there hardly no time, which was a big blessing because, you know, most babies don't do that. Like, and it was like some babies that were there before she got there, and they were still there after she left. And then it was just really sad, y'all, for some of those babies that were there. But yeah, she went home. We went home. And, you know, she been popping ever since. We been popping. She been doing her thing, y'all. So, that is my pregnancy story. And also, I did want to mention a little excerpt that the November before I found out I was pregnant, it was Thanksgiving, and for some reason, I should have known then that I was pregnant, because for Thanksgiving, Like every time I ate, I would just be throwing up. It was like Thanksgiving and then that week after Thanksgiving. It was like anytime I ate anything, I was just getting sick. So anyway, that's my whole bit. It's my pregnancy story. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. Or if y'all want some more story times about anything that I talked about in this video, let me know, because I'll do that as well. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for listening to me yap. And we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.